Engineering students, it's good to see you. We are here once again with Gil Addison from PathPoint, who is your client. And this part of the video is directed at two teams, like both of the teams who are working for PathPoint. So we're just going to start going through this PDF. I know you guys are discussing, and it's fantastic to see all your comments and great ideas. So this video is going to feed in to what you've already been talking about. And I think it'll help clarify some of the questions you've had. It may send you down a different design path. And then very soon we're going to be putting a more refined design back in front of Gil. And that's how this works. That's how the process goes. All right, so Gil, this is our first student. This is Abby. She's in 9th grade. This is her first year in the Engineering Academy. And her concept model, let's see, has some folding up side platforms and things. Tell me what you think about some of the things you're seeing here.
I like it. What I think would be great is to kind of demonstrate how it would work, like maybe a video next time or something of this is how it works. But I kind of see how it's gonna lift up, right?
Yeah, it looks like those side panels.
I like the aspect of it folding up too. There's something cool about that is that you could put it on casters and move it into different locations easily. That's a really cool concept. I like the idea.
Yeah, because you and I had talked originally about like a kind of like a heavier weighted, more secured thing. But would that be a valuable thing to think about? Casters being moved around?
Yeah, moving things around mobilely, easily, but having it heavy, having it stable is the key. But having it mobile is another really cool feature.
Yeah, it just increases the options, doesn't it? And it looks like she's been watching, is that Sleeping Beauty in the background on Disney Channel? Looks like it on her computer screen. All right, we'll keep on moving through this. Yeah, exactly. All right, this is Angel. Angel is in 10th grade. This is his second year in the Engineering Academy. Now, Angel, he didn't design a full desk. He actually kind of focused in on like a mechanism that would sit on an existing tabletop and kind of be adjustable up. And the best way I can summarize this for you, Gil, if you can't see it, and maybe you can, is kind of thinking of those deck chairs that go by the poolside and how it hinges up, and then there's like a little kicker thing that slots in.
Yeah,
so talk to me about this.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea too, because you could purchase an already stable type of desk system and then just put this on top. It's kind of like those, have you seen those standing desk mechanisms, a little thing you just place on your desk, put your monitors on, you can lift up and down. So that would work too. That's a really cool idea.
And I think I could easily imagine too, like Angel has like a manual system here that you'd have to move yourself by the look of it, but it wouldn't be hard to put a mechanical actuator into that system so that it was still able to be controlled by remote control, which is what we'd been talking about. So it's a pretty compatible idea.
Great idea.
Now, as we talk about this, would it be okay? Like, can we work with an existing desk? Like, would that be an acceptable way to go? Like one that the wheelchair could sort of have enough room to come right in and under. Do those desks exist that you can come up to comfortably in a wheelchair?
Yeah, they do exist. Actually, we have a couple of those in our day programs right now. That they're just basic standing desks, so they lift up and down, and they're pretty stable. Yeah, that's the first thing we look at is like the stability of the furniture and the accessibility of a wheelchair getting under the furniture. And is there enough leg room to back out or kind of pivot and circle around and come out? So those
Hmm.
are like we think about.
Yeah. So I wonder about an attachment that goes on one of your tables, maybe that tilted up and down, but also was even on like rails, like it could slide forward to the user as well
Mhm.
as that tiltability. That could be an option.
Yeah, that would be a pretty cool option actually.
Hmm.
Because you could just have
Yeah.
the existing table. I mean, the wheelchair fits under it, but maybe you
Right.
want maybe there may be a time where a wheelchair evolves and becomes a little longer. I don't know, but
Hmm.
it's good to have all those options to
Hmm.
make
Hmm.
the desk universal for everyone
Right. Right.
is really the key.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I think of the metal rails that are on the side of a set of drawers that already
Hmm.
have like the runners and the things, and you can pull it out, and this could be on
Yeah.
top. So that's an interesting thought. All right, this is Hunter. He's in ninth grade. um, Hunter, let's see. All right, so Hunter, it looks like he's okay. He's got this pivot point, and the desk surface kind of tips down towards the person. And yeah,
Hmm.
it looks like he is also picturing like a desk that the wheelchair kind of comes up under and into.
Hmm.
Yeah, feel free to give me any of your thoughts about what you
Yeah,
see here,
that's
Gil.
it's your students are amazing because these are things I haven't even thought of. But like,
Hmm.
just the lifting of it's already at an angle. And so you lift it
Hmm.
up to be, horizontal. And so you
Hmm.
could just set your stuff there. It's
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't think of that. I it's kind of like a drafting table,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
um
exactly.
and so yeah, great idea. I like it.
Yeah, and
Um,
I've been talking to them about like if a table surface is going to tip down, that we would of course guarantee that the computer was bolted down, the
mm,
um, the keyboard could have like a Velcro strip on the back to keep it from sliding off. Same with like a trackpad, trackball kind of thing.
uh-huh.
And I love how Hunter's given us like a top side and then like an angled view.
Yeah.
That's exactly how engineers draw things. So
Yeah, it's like those things I learned in high school with drafting class. You got your
yeah,
front, side, top.
yeah, exactly.
I've taken those ideas and kept them forever. So
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
what I.
Yeah. No, it helps you see the world, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Good. All right. This is James. Now,
Hmm.
James is in 11th grade. This is his third year in the engineering academy. James, looks like James is sort of envisioning like two side legs, and then the whole tabletop with everything on it um, is on a pivot point and is
Hmm.
adjustable. And then this is a mechanical actuator at the back, which we've talked about many times,
Uh-huh.
which would do that rotating. And then here's his kind of Lego concept model. James did do a video, by the way, and these are two screenshots from his video, and he's
Okay.
trying to show those actuators in the back with those little Lego rods.
Awesome. Yeah, I think. Wow, this is James is pretty advanced in this concept here. I really like it. That's kind of what I was envisioning in the beginning when we had our
Okay.
dialogue.
Yeah.
Was this kind of concept. But I think if we
Hmm.
can go back up a little to the
Yeah.
the, the drawing,
Yep.
uh, yeah, that's just so. Yeah, I was envisioning a concept where it just lifted up. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Uh, Hold on, let me get back to my window. Uh, there we go. I got a call and it pushed my it pushed the
Oh
zip
yeah.
out
It
of my window.
interrupted
Uh,
you. Yep.
yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No,
Um,
you're all good.
yeah, this is kind of the concept I was thinking of in the beginning, was just like kind of a lifting
Yep.
desk and then it tilts forward. But I like how he's got it in that little pivot area where the
Hmm.
legs come up and then the
Hmm.
actuator in the back.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good concept.
Now, I admit, if I go back to my very first sketch that I did with you, which I included in here,
Hmm.
um, I was more thinking of something that would be like a little solid tower that sat in front away from the user completely and was sturdy and weighted enough that then the thing could just come down too. But most of our students, they really did go more for kind of what James is doing, with like legs on either side and the wheelchair is coming up underneath. So my purpose in keeping it away in my mind was that there'd be no interference with the wheelchair, like with the wheels potentially banging in and stuff like that. But it seems like, talking more to you, that's probably not such a problem because they already have desks and things that they wheel up to. What do
Yeah,
you think about that?
I agree with you. I do like your idea too, and one of the concepts that you'll be presenting in there is kind of that concept too.
Hmm.
So yeah, we could really go both ways.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
your idea because it does just, it has nothing on the bottom that will interfere with the wheels left to right.
Hmm.
So everything is
Hmm.
just kind of space free
Right.
or free from any obstacle.
Yeah.
Um, Excellent. Anyways,
Okay.
okay. Great idea.
Yeah. Good.
Um,
Good. Yeah. All right. Good job, James. All right. Here we have Joshua. Joshua is one of our seniors. He's been with us the whole way from 9th through 12th grade, and does a fantastic job, of course.
mhm,
Um, so, oh, sorry, give me 1 second.
mhm.
Okay, can you go turn it off, please? Great. I'm just trying to record something. Angie,
It's okay.
here's my son, Micah. Hello. Okay,
Hello.
can you head back out there with Orion, please? Thank you. Welcome to life. All right.
Oh yeah.
So Josh went for perhaps what I would say is a more complex design. He's talking about having a hydraulic system with actuators on each of the four legs, and it looks like he's put caster wheels, rotating lockable wheels. He's written that in. I love
Mhm.
all the annotation, Josh. This is really helpful actually to understand your drawings. Power strip, buttons, and controls to activate. Some storage underneath. That's cool. We hadn't really talked much about storage actually,
Yeah,
but I think storage is always appreciated. And then here's his kind of a little Lego concept version.
I like
What do you
it.
think?
Uh, yeah, this is super detailed.
Yeah.
I like how he's just gone through and given all the measurements, and then the locking casters. It's an essential thing. If we want it to move about and move around, locking
Yep.
casters are awesome.
Yep.
I love the lights idea. I didn't think about lights, but like, lights that are going to be positioned there
Yeah.
are part of the system.
What
Uh,
what would be most useful for like built-in lighting? Like, I mean, he's put in pop-up lights. He's written it in on the Lego. He's got in the drawing. What would be the best use for something like that? Like down lights for papers and paintings, or what?
yeah, I think right now just those lights on the gooseneck kind of lights,
Okay.
those with that gooseneck, you
Yeah.
can bend them anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, and right now, because we are living in a remote world,
Mm-hmm.
lighting, and you may want to put a camera on one of those mechanisms to put a camera up on to connect to an internet.
Okay.
So, and then lighting.
Yeah.
So these are things I'm working on at work right now for
Yeah.
how are we producing our remote learning. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, lighting is a big plus.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Great job
And
on
I,
the
I agree.
calculation.
Yeah. 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 I love that Josh has put all the units everywhere in inches
He's
and
even
feet and
gone,
everything.
yeah, I like that he's thinking about how you're going to do chord management and where the
Mm.
chords are going to go through, like the holes and things like that.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
super plus because chords and wheelchairs um, don't
Don't
mix.
mix.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
For
great
sure.
job.
And one thing, criticism that I had of this design and some others that were similar, is we want to keep things as simple as possible.
Uh-huh.
So yes, you can have a hydraulic or electronic system that has like four actuators going up and down. But if
Mhm.
you can find a way to replace those four with one that
With
does
one.
the same job, then that's, fewer things that go wrong. It makes things less expensive. It's just like, simple is generally better. Simple is generally more
Yeah.
reliable. So
Yes.
it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You could probably just use one actuator for all four legs if the legs were kind of a T, the
Yeah.
bottom and then up, and then
Right.
you push them up.
Right. Right. At the
Uh,
very least, you could have one on each side instead of four. And I have seen some online. Actually, I was looking on Amazon, and I showed some of the students the link. You can get mechanically actuated standing desks, and it looks like there's a motor on both sides.
hmm That's what our standing desk is like.
Okay.
It's got one motor and it lifts both.
Okay.
It lifts both sides up.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how that sends the power to both sides. That'd be interesting to look at. Okay, so Nolan is another one of our seniors.
hmm
He is wrapping up in a strange year along with Joshua, and also been engineering academy the whole way. And his design, yeah, it's honestly kind of similar to Josh's. It's got the four legs, and he's picturing those as coming up and down.
hmm
Um, yep, he's got some chord management listed. Um,
I like how his
he's
keyboard
yeah,
slides out.
yep,
That slide out keyboard.
yep, yeah, a little desk drawer.
Yeah, is that a slide out keyboard under another keyboard? So we would have two keyboards?
That's what he says. He says two keyboards.
hmm
So you could have one that's, again, like maybe like Velcroed in place, and then if you need to bring out another one, I don't know how that would work with two keyboards. I don't know if a computer can accept two at once. Maybe it
They
can.
they can. Yeah, they
They
can.
can. Okay.
Uh-huh. I have two mouses. I got two
Okay.
keyboards, one device. I think that's a great idea too, because
Yeah.
sometimes with our individuals we support, they
hmm
need larger keyboards with larger buttons.
Yeah.
So they would
Okay.
have either option, and if they're
Okay.
Bluetooth, you could swap them out. So maybe you didn't need
Mm.
the large button, but needed to pull out.
Okay.
You just swap
Okay.
out. Um, yeah, we have some large button keyboards that our individuals with visual
Okay.
impairment use.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that all just makes me think once again, like we want a simple but flexible design so that you might be able to give this to any user, any of your different keyboards, any wheelchair height or standing height, or a regular chair can be pulled up
Mhm.
to it. We really want flexibility of design. Like
Yeah.
it's the worst case when you have a design which is so narrow and focused that it
hmm
will only work with this particular type of keyboard or this particular user, and then it's just less likely to be useful in the long run.
Yeah. That's yeah. Universal
Yeah.
design, and then you
Yep.
have the mobility along with that. It just makes it the ultimate
hmm
package.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you get a
Exactly.
patent, and then you design it, and
Yeah.
you're in business.
Become a millionaire possibly.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's
Yeah.
definitely
I
a
mean,
future in this type of design for people with disabilities, and it's becoming more and more.
yeah.
It's be, Technology becoming more and more available at a cheaper price,
Mm,
and it's so. And
right.
that's yeah, it's an amazing time for people with disabilities. As we
Yeah.
get older, we're going to start using assistive technology, especially in our older years.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll start seeing that with baby boomers and things like that right now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that the use for AT is really it's
Yeah.
getting up there.
Yeah. What a great field to think about going into.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Teleos. Teleos is again one of our new ninth graders. um, Teleos is got again some excellent annotations and
hmm
side view, top view. This one looks a little similar. This reminds me maybe of Hunters, I think it was earlier.
hmm
Actually, it's also kind of like Angel's. It's Angel had the the flip up, you know, pulled deck chair as I keep thinking of it.
Yeah.
Um, and then Hunter had the one which kind of swung down.
hmm
Um, we've got the adjustable height on the legs. And
hmm
again, any of these things could be actuated with a motorized system.
Yep. It's great. This is like, see, like his design for the table right there is kind of the same design we have with the table we already have.
Right,
So
right,
it pops out. I like his cord
right.
management
And I'd
ideas.
say his, yeah, yep. I'd say his, wait, gee, I hope I didn't get the wrong images. I think these are all, no, look, it's the same tabletop, so I must have the right images, but I'm now noticing for the first time that we're actually got two different models here. We got two of the same on the left and then a smaller one. Maybe he upgraded it and went for the bigger version after he went with a small concept.
Uh-huh.
Um, I like that he has kind of like a stopper bar behind that tilting surface so that it can't tilt, like, you know, it comes to a stop once it's in the resting position.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's a great design. And I think
Yeah,
I was
and
talking to. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, no, you go.
I was talking to. We have a staff who's in a wheelchair, and he
Yep.
is really pretty amazing. Of just
Okay.
looking at things like this, and he lives
Yeah.
the life of a person in a wheelchair. And so one thing he was talking about was
Right.
like safety mechanisms. So if you have a lift desk, and let's
Okay.
say he's reaching for something, and all of a sudden he gets caught, and the lift
Yep.
desk is starting to pull up, is there a safety mechanism that says, "Hey, we need to stop here," or something going on, or maybe a safety button, or
Right. Right.
he was just bringing
Right.
that to mind. And so those were like, oh, I didn't really think about that. So,
Absolutely. And I have been thinking about this too, because anytime you have like a strong, powerful mechanical actuator
mm-hmm,
with moving parts, you've got the potential for like pinch zones or crush zones.
mm-hmm,
So, engineering students watching this, you have to keep any of those zones, preferably, you want them completely hidden,
mm-hmm,
okay, which might not always be possible. But like if you had what Teleos has right here, you know, with a thing go up and down, that's now a big like, you know, jaw, like a pair of scissors. And if someone's hand was behind and it went down, that could actually be dangerous. So you have to think about being able to maybe have like wood panels or something on the sides
mm-hmm,
that actually hide that, so no one, even by accident, can get their hand in there, or that a stray cord can't work its way down there and then be, you know, cut off or crushed as it goes down, or block the mechanism and damage it. I think on professionally made furniture like this, you would actually have electronic little tiny buttons that act as stops. And for
mm-hmm,
those who've done our robotics classes, which we're going to do in second semester, by the way, it's very common to design robotic systems with those little limit switches, we call them. Okay, so like when a robotic arm is, how do I show you this? When a robotic arm is coming to like a particular place, you have a little limit switch and click it, it tips it, and then that sends the signal to the controller not to go any further. So
mm-hmm,
that also applies to furniture like this. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be able to make a system that works with limit switches, but I would like to see if we can. We'll see what we can do. It may also be part of just the mechanism, like an actuator has a certain range of travel, and
mm-hmm,
that also is the limit itself. So we might just have to work within that and design the geometry very carefully so that naturally limits it.
mm-hmm.
But
Excellent.
yeah, this is our last one in this list, Gil.
Uh-huh.
So any summary thoughts you have about the best design paths that our two teams watching should be thinking about, and then we'll wrap this up.
Wow, I mean, all the ideas are awesome. I think we like, if you bring all these ideas together, you have a pretty amazing piece of furniture that could serve
Yeah,
a person with a disability, um,
yeah.
for a lifetime, really. Um, so I I can't choose a favorite because they're all like favorites for me.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
more about
all have.
features. Like, what are you seeing that you think is going to be working best? What's your final advice to them as they do this?
I like the last one we just went over, and I like the one right here that we're passing up. So
Oh, okay,
uh,
uh, this
I
one.
can't remember all the names. Yes,
Yeah, James, I think that was.
James.
Yeah,
So these
yeah.
are great ideas.
Okay,
Uh, this idea. I like this idea because
Yep.
instead of working from a flat surface, it's working from an angled surface up to a
Hmm.
flat surface. So it's kind of
Right.
reversed.
Yeah, that whole
Uh,
drafting table idea. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
That one. I like this idea because if you wanted to make something portable, it could be
Hmm.
a portable
Yeah.
system that
Yeah.
can already use an existing desk.
Yeah. And again, that is also kind of like that drafting board idea.
Hmm.
Yep. And then back
And
to Abby at the top.
I like Abby because Abby is
Yeah.
watching Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, great job, Abby.
Yep. And
Yeah,
that was my original one. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
they're all great little concepts in there. I think
Yep.
if you take all those concepts and yeah,
Okay.
you have a
Okay. Well, what we'll do then, as I said, we have two teams, and so that our two teams will polish these ideas and turn them into some more concerted drawings that they can all agree on.
Mhm.
And so we will. These two teams aren't talking to each other, so they will end up with two probably similar but different designs, and then we'll give both of those to you, and you are going to pick which one is the most likely path to success, and then we will all converge onto that and work together on making that happen. And I'm excited. I think this is really cool. I hope
Yeah.
hope it's making you a little more excited every time you see these.
Oh, it's yeah, it's just it's amazing. It's your students are amazing. You guys are amazing. I mean, you guys are coming up with things that I would never think about. And that's I
Yeah,
think that's really kind of the joy of doing this. It's like,
yeah,
wow, what great minds.
yeah.
So thank you guys. I am totally excited about all this. It's
Good,
wonderful.
good. Well, excellent. Well, Gil, we'll wrap it up. And because I'm going to have to squeeze in a second video into our time as well with our other client.
Okay,
So yeah, bless you in the work that you're doing. We're
thank you.
always inspired by what you do every day. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Thank you.
keep up the great work out there.
All right, you guys too. Talk to you guys
Okay.
later. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Gil.